Hey guys, it's Sajid Down One again here, back again with another new video for you guys, and today I'm back again with my recent pickups for the month of December. And this might not be one of the most exciting recent pickups because I really didn't pick up too much. It was kind of a calmer month and I just really didn't buy much because I was really saving up for a new computer, which I actually have ordered. I'm really excited about that. That's going to help out so much. But I also hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. I hope you enjoyed the times. Maybe got some awesome gifts. If you got some pretty cool gifts for Christmas or whatever, definitely let me know. I'm interested in that, or what you guys picked up this month as well. And hopefully you guys just have a great 2015 in general. But anyways, what do you say we jump into it? And first I have two import Sega Saturn games. I recently came across a new store who has just like absolutely tremendous prices for import games. So I took advantage of two import Sega Saturn games I wanted. The first is a fighting game I've been wanting to get for quite a while, just because I love X-Men in general. Like, I'm not a huge superhero buff or anything, but growing up I really did love X-Men a lot. And this is just an awesome fighting game for the Sega Saturn, and that's X-Men Children of the Atom for the Sega Saturn. This is a fantastic 2D fighting game. The animation, everything about it just looks so stunning, and in general, this is like by far my favorite era of fighting games. Was like the Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1 and all that, just tremendous games. This is when they were really like hitting it home and almost arcade perfect ports, and this one's just phenomenal. I love playing as Wolverine and Psylocke. They're probably my two favorite characters to play as. Juggernaut is especially cheap in this game. I always have a hard time against Juggernaut. Sentinel too, but Sentinel's manageable, but Juggernaut is just so kind of cheap in this game. It's so overpowered. But tremendous game. Like, if you're a fan of this did get a Western release and all that, but definitely check it out any way you can. It's a fantastic fighting game to spend. And the other import Sega Saturn game we have is a cute little isometric kind of adventure shoot 'em up kind of game. And it's a really interesting game, and that's Steam Gear Mash for the Sega Saturn. And Steam Gear Mash is a cute game. You kind of pilot this little mech dude and you go around these levels and you fight various enemies and try and get to the end of the stage and fight a boss, so you can kind of progress throughout that. But it's kind of an adventure game in a way, because you can explore the areas and find new items and power-ups and stuff like that. And sometimes you need certain power-ups in order to progress forward. And you also collect unique little abilities, because like this game relies heavily on this kind of interesting concept that you can kind of control how you want to shoot. So you can have a mechanic to like lock your directional shooting, or like spin around as you shoot, or reverse and shoot, and it's like really in depth. So you collect various abilities to kind of change how you want to shoot and how you feel like fighting enemies, which is really interesting, and that does kind of come into play for certain moments and stuff like that. But really interesting. The bosses have huge variety. The enemy design and all that is just huge variety. It's just a really quirky kind of game, and very colorful, very interesting in its kind of art design, character design and all that. But a really fun little game, and that's Steam Gear Mash. And I do actually have a figure pickup, and figures are one of those things, like figures and statues in general. I don't actually have many. Like, I do have figures and statues, but like anything I do have, I either got from like a limited edition or a collector's edition, so it was a part of that. I never really bought like figures or statues, like, you know, separately and all that. And that's one of my new things that I want to get into this year, is I kind of want to really get into like figure and statue collecting this year. Because in general with gaming, it's awesome to keep buying games and all that, but I also love like just getting various gaming related items like statues, figures, posters, memorabilia and stuff like that. So I kind of want to focus on that side of it a lot this year. But I had to pick this up because all this talk about Star Ocean recently, and the fact that I'm playing through a Star Ocean game right now, and rekindling my love for Star Ocean got me thinking. I remembered these figures, these line of figures from back then. I was like, man, I really want one of those. And I was searching, I came across one for like $10 brand new, and I was like, whoa, that's super cheap for like what it normally goes for. And I love this character. She's just so disgustingly cute, and I loved her in this game. And this game is one of my favorite PS2 RPGs, honestly. But that's a figure of Sophia Estes from Star Ocean to the End of Time. It's a special invisible figure, as you can see. I'm actually kidding. I actually have the figure back here, and I'll get you guys some better shots of that right now. So here we have a better look at the Sophia Estes statue for you guys. This is a PVC statue by Katabukiya. And Katabukiya is a notable brand in the figure department. They make really high quality figures and just really great detail. And I think this is a really faithful representation of Sophia in general, and I love that it kind of leans more towards the anime-ish kind of representation of her. And Sophia is just so disgustingly cute and adorable, and I love her. And in general, I love Star Ocean to the end of time, but I'm really happy to pick up this figure. It's really nice. And next we have a PS3 game, but we don't have any ordinary PS3 game. This is a really unique and really interesting PS3 release, and it's something you don't see every day for sure. So I kind of got to backtrack here to kind of explain this whole situation, because it's like a process of events that led up to this PS3 game. So way back when, there was a wonderful company called Working Designs, and Working Designs is a phenomenal company who brought out amazing games back then, and honestly are the godfathers for like limited editions and special editions. All these limited editions back here, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Working Designs. They're the ones who basically started this concept of like limited editions for games and all that. So Working Designs is awesome, but the president of Working Designs is known as Victor Ireland. And as Working Designs kind of died off, he started a new company recently in the past couple of years called Gaijin Works. And Gaijin Works is an interesting company that I started up, and recently kind of teamed up a couple years back now with a company called Monkey Paw Games. And Monkey Paw Games kind of brings out games for like the PlayStation Network as like downloadable games. And they're bringing out another downloadable game. They're bringing out the sequel to the original Class of Heroes, which Class of Heroes got released on the PSP. And it's a first-person dungeon crawler kind of RPG game, very similar to stuff like Wizardry, Etrian Odyssey, stuff like that. And so Class of Heroes came out, but they were going to bring out the sequel for Class of Heroes 2. But they originally just thought it was going to be a digital download, but they did something really interesting. It was almost like a crowd-funded, sort of like through Kickstarter, essentially a crowd-funded physical release for the game in a very limited format, because normally this just would have been a digital download and that's that. But they funded a physical copy, so they can make physical copies for the diehard fans out there. So this is the kind of fruition of that. This is a physical copy for Class of Heroes 2 on the PSP. So that came out, and this was a couple years ago now. But there's another version of Class of Heroes 2. It's kind of a similar thing. We flash forward to like this year, and they're going to bring out Class of Heroes 2G, which is like an updated version of Class of Heroes 2. So they're going to bring out Class of Heroes 2G to the PSN, but again, it was just going to be a digital download. But they gauged interest kind of half a year, I would say half a year ago now, around that time, like summertime. They were gauging interest on like, would you guys be interested in another like physical release for this game of Class of Heroes 2G? And they kind of had a certain number that they wanted to hit, but they didn't hit it, unfortunately. But they still, a couple months later, said, okay, we're going to do a physical run for this game. It's going to be really limited. So it was open for like pre-orders during summertime for like a month or so. And however many pre-orders they got, that's how many they made. And I think when all said and done, they made around like a little over 2,000. So after all that long-worded kind of speech aside, essentially the game I got is the very limited physical release for Class of Heroes 2G on the PlayStation 3. Like I mentioned, there's only a couple thousand of these made, and mine is actually number 99 actually, so that's a pretty cool number to have. It's actually individually numbered on the back with this kind of hologram sticker back here. But yeah, these are mainly games that just would have been digital downloads only, like both of these would have just been digital downloads only, but in a way, the fans kind of made this happen. They made these kind of crowd-funded physical releases happen because it's a dying medium, and like me personally, I never want to see physical copies die off, but in this kind of digital era, as they're pushing digital games more and more, it's just a great thing to have physical copies of games, and I appreciate what they did, and Gaijin Works, I wish them the best with what they do. And actually, an interesting thing, when I got this on Twitter, I posted a photo, and like Monkey Paw Games actually used that photo on like a blog post on their website, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, definitely a PS3 game you're not going to see too often. Just definitely an interesting concept in general, this concept of crowd-funded physical releases. So, Class of Heroes 2G on the PS3, what a unique kind of game to wrap up the year. And that'll do for my recent pickups for the month of December. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, be sure to let me know what you guys picked up recently for the month of December, or for Christmas, or awesome Christmas gifts you guys got. Definitely interested in hearing that, as always, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed, even though it's like a slower month, like I mentioned. There's still some interesting stuff in here. And honestly, I wish I could say like January's gonna, maybe pick up or something, but honestly, I might not even buy anything in January, because I'm hoping to save up for another big purchase to see if I can get it. It'll be awesome if I can, just to kind of get this purchase out of the way, because there's some games coming out for this console that I really want, so I'll leave that as a tease. But yeah, hoping to get that, but that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm also saving up for the ridiculous amount of like limited editions, special editions coming out in like particularly February, but like there's some in March and January, but it's mainly February. February is going to be an insane month for limited editions for me and all that, so I have so many limited editions pre-ordered that come out in the next 3 months that's like not even funny. But hopefully you guys enjoy unboxings, because there's going to be plenty of unboxings coming in the next coming months. So as always, thank you guys for watching as always, and thank you so much. And until next time, guys, take it easy.